So this is one of the small bamboo groves close to Sugi's family farm, and it's very similar to the way it would have been 40 or 50 years ago. But in this particular area, there has been a lot of development. And on the one hand, that's been good for the local economy. It means more construction. It means that land values have gone up for the farmers who've already owned property. But it is a double-edged sword, as happens elsewhere, for example, in Canada and the United States. When land values in rural areas go up because of development on the part of city dwellers who either want a sort of weekend home or because urban centers just spread and sprawl. What happens is sometimes very good farmland gets sold for construction purposes. That's one danger. You lose arable land. And then, of course, there's just a sort of disruption of the natural ecology of the area, which can be hard on wildlife. Because of all this development, they lose space in which to roam, in which to forage for food. Right behind me is the tea farm that belongs to Sugi's family. Now, Sugi's family has been in this area for generations, and there's a little hamlet, a community that's maybe even smaller than a hamlet, that is right next to where Sugi grew up. However, a little bit beyond that, around 300 or 400 meters, is the beginning of a valley, a quite beautiful valley that spills down from the Jirisan Mountains, and also was traditionally a farming family community. However, that new area has been taken over in the past 15 or 20 years by increasing numbers of professionals moving in from the city. These are either middle-aged people who want a weekend home or retired professionals who want a place in the country away from the big city. However, because of the zoning or lack of zoning in the region, there are some factories that have been built there, and a factory was built at the top of that valley just around a year ago. It is absolutely immense. I call it a chadongcha gongchang, which means car factory. It's there actually, or allegedly, to manufacture organic baby food. And it is so large and well organized that on the one hand, it's ventilation vents and it's various industrial systems, its pipes and so forth that generate so much ambient noise that it spills out into the valley. The factory has been constructed so that most of that noise does not spill directly into the area where those professionals live, but it kind of beams out over the valley, across the valley to a road on the other side, and it sounds almost like an electric vehicle that's being gunned very loudly and driving just sort of constantly on the road. That particular factory also apparently has a dormitory built in to it for the workers who work at the plant. It's an odd location for a factory of this sort with an in-house workforce because there is no nightlife in the area. So basically now there are three social classes who live in this very small region. The traditional farming families, the professionals with a bit of money, and this very ambitious industrialist who has decided to locate his large enterprise at the top of this valley, and the workforce that helps keep that whole operation going, and is kind of stuck out here in the country. How those three groups are going to work out some kind of equitable and harmonious social relationship is something that we'll have to wait and see. We're staying at what is called a pension. It's a kind of rental cottage, and it's very close to an extremely picturesque view of a harbor in Namhe. The swimming here is wonderful. The harbors are wonderful. It's a very, very scenic, oceanic kind of area, but our appreciation of the nature is marred very significantly by the ambient noise that surrounds the pension that we've been staying at. And in particular, there are a couple of air conditioning units. There's one right behind me for our unit, which is making sort of a regular sound. And there's another unit that's around 10 meters away on the roof of a small storage bunker, or even a small kind of factory for agricultural products or something like that. And it has a rooftop air conditioning unit that creates the most intense white noise imaginable. It's not annoying. It's not the sort of thing that will keep you up at night because it is white noise, but at the same time it is very, very pronounced. It's a very high decibel, and it basically drowns out the natural sounds of this particular area. So what one finds is this incredible nature and this sort of ludicrous zoning that allows a kind of mini industrial construction to be built right next to a place, a series of cottages, rental cottages that are meant for tourism. It doesn't make sense, but that's just the way things turned out. I don't know if the owner of this pension will be able to cut a deal with the owners of this little storage building and somehow get them to replace their very, very noisy air conditioning, but that's probably the best solution that this area can hope for.